This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, another drop for the official cash rate, and a local financial expert believes it will drop even more. 4 families from Pigburn take on the Otago Regional Council and its water report, which they say is flawed. And a new video blog is helping to put a more human face on the city's cycling population. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. New Zealand's official cash rate is at the lowest it's ever been. The Reserve Bank has cut the lending rate to 2% in an attempt to help suppress inflation, and a local expert believes it will drop even further.
A well-signalled decision. Reserve Bank Governor Graham Wheeler has lowered the official cash rate to 2%. Financial advisor Peter McIntyre says the OCR is set as a benchmark for borrowers and lenders and acts as a reflection of inflation expectations.
The Reserve Bank's mandate is to maintain inflation at a level between 1% and 3%. Currently it's very benign at 0.4 of 1%, so therefore the Reserve Bank has to add further stimulus to the economy, and they're doing this by decreasing interest rates.
McIntyre says the bank has long been keen to use the OCR to lower New Zealand's high currency rate. And there are important reasons for doing so.
One, it makes our exporters far more competitive to have a lower currency. And two, it also means that we're importing inflation, so it adds to that increasing of inflation, so it means that we can move towards that 1% to 3% target range.
But in the short run, it seems the cut has not had its intended effect. Market interest rates have jumped since the announcement, as has the New Zealand dollar against the US, Australian and British currencies.
I think this was brought about by the expectation that the market was expecting a 50 basis point cut rather than a 25 basis point cut. So the market was expecting something a little bit more aggressive, but I think Graham Wheeler, when he goes home tonight, will be feeling slightly disappointed that the impact has been higher base interest rates and also a higher currency.
McIntyre says the Reserve Bank will likely become more aggressive in attacking this problem, and he expects 2 more OCR cuts in the near future. Jack Conroy, 39 Dunedin News.
The number of people staying at holiday parks is on the rise. Figures released by Statistics New Zealand show some areas have reported increases of more than 25%. Dunedin holiday parks are among those reporting greater numbers of visitors compared with last year. Holiday Accommodation Parks Association of New Zealand Chief Executive Fergus Brown says many facilities have upgraded units or cabins. He also says the industry is on track for a record summer season. 4 families from the Pigburn area are asking the Otago Regional Council to rewrite its water report, saying it follows flawed science. The families represent more than 200 years of collective farming experience in the area and believe the Regional Council's estimates of water use are very wrong.
Making an impassioned plea. A group of farming families are asking the Otago Regional Council to completely throw out a report prepared by council staff for the Regional Council to use. A new farmer in the region says they're playing by the rules and working to a high standard across the water use field.
In the last 8 years, this community has embraced good practices. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about that from an environmental perspective, from a commercial perspective, irrigation, effluent, nutrients, fencing, stock exclusion, the list goes on.
The group is concerned the Regional Council's report into water management flows does not paint an accurate picture. Otago Member of Parliament between 1996 and 2002, Gavin Herlihy, was among those strongly advocating for the farming community. In his opening, he stated his family had farmed the area for more than 140 years. He says Regional Council staff acknowledged an error with the report.
We did appreciate the very honest and frank admission from them on Monday that the report falls well short of what is accepted and acceptable as a competent science report.
Hurley says they've accepted their methodology was flawed.
Of the naturalised 7-day mean annual low flow of 79 litres a second was totally inappropriate. It really was what I would unfortunately like to have to say is shonky science.
The Otago Regional Councils listened to the group's concerns about the report, then moved on to the next item on the day's agenda. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Susie Staley has confirmed she will not be running for the Dunedin mayoralty. It was rumoured earlier this week that an unnamed candidate was about to launch a campaign, and it was widely thought to be Staley. The Dunedin lawyer and former ID Fashion Week chairwoman says she was encouraged by a number of people to stand for the position, but decided against it due to work commitments. She has, however, not ruled out standing for the mayoralty in the future. A pair of Dunedinites who've recently returned from overseas travel have created a blog to help put a human face on the city's cyclists. The Dunedin by Bike video blog is only a handful of episodes old, but already it has wheels turning.
Getting wheels in motion. Although admitting she's a recent convert to cycling, local woman Veronica Estelle believes some drivers may forget the person on two wheels near them on the road is a person too.
I wanted to humanise the face of people on bikes in Dunedin. I find that New Zealand bike culture in general finds it very hard to understand bikes as a way of commuting, as a mode of transport, rather than just leisure or sport.
She believes there's no need to be a lycra warrior and that one can look stylish while cycling.
Well, I spent 3 months of last year travelling around a few major cities of North America, places like Portland and San Fran and New York, and some smaller cities and Detroit, to see the sort of cities that were attracting young people and what cities were thriving and what weren't, and I found that cycling was a huge part of that equation.
The blog is on the Tumblr platform and dispersed through social media channels including Pinterest. She and her counterpart wear lanyards promoting it and leave flyers on cycle handlebars. Estelle says our city is already leading the way in many non-car ways.
Yeah, I think Dunedin is a perfect place for it, and we've led the way with walkability in the past, and I think we can lead the way with cyclability too.
Her bike was obtained from a refuse centre, and she says she's enjoying getting to know it intimately, including fixing it up at the Crooked Spoke Cycle Workshop. Estelle believes it's something that anyone can do. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, Otago Polytechnic contributes hundreds of millions to the regional economy, and we check out a massive model car exhibition.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also, to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus, we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving
Hello
service.
Jane, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to psotago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this Daffodil Day. With your help, there is hope.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
The work seems to have another life when they start to interact.
Welcome back. Broadcaster and former Mayor of Wanganui, Michael Laws, is standing for a seat on the Otago Regional Council. Laws says the ORC has dropped the ball on a number of issues and requires reform. He believes the council is lacking in several areas, including weed and pest management, and reacts to issues rather than anticipating them. Laws spent 6 years as Mayor of Wanganui and 3 terms as an elected District Health Board member. He now has a young family living in Cromwell. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 4 points. It's now at 7,354. The Dow Jones is down 37 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against the major currencies we follow. New figures from Otago Polytechnic show the institution's economic benefit to Otago is nearly $300 million. Chief Executive Phil Kerr says the numbers illustrate the facility's significance to the region, and he joins us now to discuss it further. Good evening, Phil.
Good evening.
This is a great result.
It is.
What do you think is behind the result?
A successful polytechnic. We've been growing steadily over the years. We've positioned ourselves as a national polytechnic rather than a regional one. So there's a lot more activity goes on here than would normally be the case with a polytechnic situated in a city the size of Dunedin.
How have things changed over the past decade?
We've just grown steadily. So go back 10 years, 12 years, the polytechnic was in not healthy financial situation. We've turned all that around, and it's performing very well on pretty much anything you can name, and one of those is consistently meeting our enrolment targets that we negotiate with the Tertiary Education Commission.
How else is the economic impact measured?
Well, it's measured in 2 ways. The first is by the spending that goes on in the economy, and in the end that's what puts money in the pockets of Dunedin businesses, but also employment, which does the same thing, of course, but it puts money in the pockets of Dunedin citizens.
And the figures show the Polytechnic's contribution to the region, but does it cost the region in any way?
Nope. This is net gain for the region. I think we're a significant contributor, net contributor to the region. Truly, I can't think of any downsides to what we do. That could be described
no
as
rates
a cost.
relief or anything like that?
Well, of course, the strict education facilities aren't subject to rates, but I mean, leaving that to one side, is that a cost or is that an investment? Yeah.
How does the impact compare with that of Otago University?
Well, the university is 4 and a bit times, and its impacts 4 and a bit times, possibly a little bit more than that, because of course the university is a leading research university, and so it contributes more through its research as well as through student learning, whereas whilst we have a little bit of research, we're not in the same league as the university.
Now the Polytechnic took on some of Aoraki Polytechnic's courses as well. How did that help things, or not?
Well, no, it's a positive contribution in terms of what gets credited to us, but of course the facility in Cumberland Street was contributing anyway. But having said that, our latest figures are that we're up about 15% on the 2015 Aoraki figures, so we like to think that we've brought a little bit more growth into the Aoraki operation.
Now if things are looking this rosy, does that mean that staff numbers are increasing?
Staff numbers are increasing, and of course as both student and staff numbers increase, this impact improves.
And pay rises for the staff, that's a positive thing?
It's always a positive thing.
Yeah.
Yep, it's never enough, of course, and actually from my perspective as well as staff, but you know, we live within our means, but whenever we can grant pay rises, they certainly make a positive impact back into the economy.
What's the next 12 months looking like?
Next 12 months is looking good. We've hit all of our targets already, so we'll exceed those a little bit. Got good plans for 2017, so we're now in that mode, to be honest. 2016, the die is cast, and it's going to give the right answer. So now we're turning our attention to making sure 2017 is really successful.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, always, yep.
Otago Polytechnic Chief Executive Phil Kerr, thanks so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, model car lovers are in for a real treat, and we'll check out weather for Friday.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
And the work seems to have another life when, you know, they start to interact.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jane, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this Daffodil Day. With your help, there is hope.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. A collection of more than 1,900 model cars is on display at the Community Gallery. The die-cast vehicles belong to members of one of the oldest clubs of its type in the world. And over the last 50 years, the hobby has seen some dramatic changes.
It took 150 hours to set up the impressive display of miniature cars for its annual expo, and members of the Otago branch of the New Zealand Model Vehicle Club always look forward to getting them out of storage. Most of them were bought ready assembled, but there are still some kit models in the mix. That's a big change from when the club started, and that's all down to technology.
When our club was first formed back in '69, we would have been probably 90% kit set builders and 10% die-cast collectors. But with the changes over the years that has been in the manufacturing of die-cast models, we would now be up to probably 99% die-cast collectors and 1% kit builders now.
The die-cast models range in price from $700 to $10. And while they may look like toys, it's a serious business keeping them in good condition. Some of the older and rarer models have kept their value, but it's the newer ones that really show the detail.
We used to think toys like Dinky Toys, Corgi Toys, Matchbox, they were such extremely nice models, but today if you sat those beside the current models that are being produced, they are really a kid's toy compared to today's models.
A large portion of the 1,900 models are taking part in the club's annual competition, and every year there are main themes.
And this year was construction vehicles was one of them. We had utes and pickups for the second one, and then models that were TV or movie related.
Whatever you're interested in, there really is something for everyone on display. The expo is on until Saturday, so there's still a chance to relive some of your youth. Dee Karen, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. The official cash rate is now a record low 2%, and a local expert believes it'll be cut at least once more within a year. A group of Pigburn farmers want the Otago Regional Council to throw out a water quality report they say is based on shonky science. And a new blog is hoping to put a human face on the city's cyclists while promoting cycling as a way of casually commuting. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. It could be casually delivered to my letterbox via a bicycle tomorrow.
It could be.
Dave, what's happening?
With a woolly hat on, I hope, and
Yeah.
some gloves. Freezing cold. Well, we've got so much news we don't know what we're going to do with it tomorrow, quite frankly. We've got some issues tonight at the Olympics. The rowing's on tonight, and we may be in for a gold. So it's going to be one of those rare stop the presses and see if we can get a late edition out if we do win gold or something. Yeah, so that's all happening at the moment. Big story, the Westpac are closing some banks around Otago, which is all rather bad news, so we've got some details on that. Whales, this camera over here.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Still,
some whales came to visit today, and we have some great images of
This
them.
is the whale here. Yes.
Imagine how these guys would
You
feel.
did say whales plural, so
Anyway,
these two fellas are not whales.
No,
It's
but they're
just
watching
there.
a whale from very close quarters.
Isn't that fabulous?
Isn't it? And we got some drone images as well from above, which is really good.
Excellent.
Big story from the Cadrona ski field, $10 million lift going up there. Must be money in skiing. Not that I ever go. Council nominations closed tomorrow, Friday. We've got an update on who's standing and who's not standing. And the South Dunedin hub story, which the Star had today, we've got to follow up on that. And the Wash is all about women's rugby. Not that I know anything about women's rugby, but the Wash is about that tomorrow, about how it all began.
Okay.
So look forward to reading. And some more frozen animals.
Oh, wow.
Not frogs this time, but frozen animals nevertheless.
Very, very clever skill.
It's been very popular, that topic.
Awesome. Read all about that in tomorrow's Wash and the ODT. Thank you, Dave. It's time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
Well, around the city at 3 o'clock today, 10 degrees for the central city, 14 at the Gardens, and an unbelievable 19 recorded south on the Tyree. To the situation, and a cold front is due to move over the South Island tomorrow. Another one will follow that on Sunday. So to the forecast for the main towns in the lower south for tomorrow. Sou'westers with showers clearing for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau, all on 9 degrees. Just some rain for Alexandra with a high of 8. And some rain for Queenstown and Wanaka, both on 8 degrees. A sou'west change greets Oamaru with a few showers and a high of 10. And nor'westers for Twizel with rain later in the day and 10 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, scattered rain with northerly winds and a low of 5. Tomorrow, a period of showers in the morning with sou'westers, showers clearing in the afternoon, winds easing, a high of 10. And on Saturday, sunny periods and westerly winds and a contender for washing day with a high of 11. To the Otago Pallet Fires, tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 11 o'clock. Low tide follows at 20 to 6. And there's still no improvement to fishing conditions. And that is local news for Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.